Hello, welcome to lesson 9C, quiz night. In this lesson, we are going to learn some comparative adjectives. And in vocabulary, some high numbers and also the pronunciation of the R sound and some sentence stress. Okay? Starting here in vocabulary, we are going to see some examples of quiz shows. A quiz show, it's a kind of show where there are some contestants and these people, they need to answer some questions. If they get the answers right, they get a prize at the end of the show. Okay? So starting here in number 1, we are going to learn some vocabulary. High numbers. In letter A, you are going to read the 3 questions from a radio quiz show. You need to choose the right answer for each question. So here, in number 1, what is the approximate population of Vietnam? 2, how many calories are there in a Big Mac? 3, how far is it from New York City to Los Angeles? So have a guess and try to answer. Okay, so now let's check to see if your answers were correct. Okay, please check.
4.42.
Question 1. What is the approximate population of Vietnam? Is it A, 68 million, B, 78 million, or C, 88 million?
I think it's C, 88 million.
C is the right answer. Question 2. How many calories are there in a Big Mac? Is it A, 670, B, 540, or C, 305?
I think it's A, 670.
Final answer?
Final answer, 670.
I'm sorry, the right answer is B. A Big Mac has 540 calories. And question 3, how far is it from New York City to Los Angeles? Is it A, about 2,500 miles, B, about 1,500 miles, or C, about 3,100 miles?
About 2,500 miles.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
A is the right answer.
Okay, so let's see if you got them right. In number 1, the correct answer is letter C. In number 2, it's letter B. And in number 3, it's letter A. So now, do you remember how do you say these numbers in the correct answers? 88 million, 540, and 2,500. Great! Let's go to page 148 and let's learn some more numbers, okay? We are going to do part 4, high numbers. For this activity, you are going to write the missing words here on the right or the missing numbers on the left. Pause the video and do it. Right, so let's now listen and then check your answers.
4.43. 105. 200. 350. 875. 1,000. 1,500. 2,012. 5,420. 25,000. 100,000. 1,000,000. 2,300,000.
Great. Okay, so now you can pause the video and check to see if everything is correct. Okay, so now just to focus here on some examples. When we have here 100, and we usually use and to separate 100 to the following number: 105, 350. Okay? For the words hundred, thousand, and million, we do not use in plural form. Okay? So for example, 2,000, no S. Okay? 2 million, no S. 200, no S. Another interesting thing is that when we are working on thousands numbers, okay, thousand family numbers, notice that we do not use a dot. Like in Portuguese, for example, we would write 4,381, right? In English, we use comma, okay? 4,381. All right? So make sure you get these particularities and do not make a mistake, okay? Now we go back to page 72, and this time I want you to look at the numbers below. Can you please correct the mistakes? All of them have one singular mistake. Try to identify them. Okay, you got it? So let's check. Here, the mistakes. In number 175, there is a word missing. And 175. In the second number, we have 2,000 and 150. Here, it's the opposite. It's the excess. It's not necessary to use and between 1,000 and 100. Okay? In the next one, 3,009, it's missing 3,009. Next one, we have 20,000. So remember, we do not use S. 20,000. And here, it's the same case, 3 million. No S. Okay? Great. So now, you are going to do this activity here in E. Listen and write the 10 numbers you hear. So attention, take your notebook. You are going to listen to 10 numbers and you're supposed to write them down, okay? You can write in digits, okay? Digits, for example, okay? You don't need to write in full, just write the digits. Let's go.
4.44. 1,
199,
2,
350,
3,
920,
4,
1,300,
5,
3,437,
6,
7,700,
7,
50,000,
8,
120,000,
9,
40 million,
10,
2,600,000.
Great. So now listen again if necessary. Let's check your answer. So look at the numbers here and check. All right. Now in letter F, you're going to do a research. Answer the questions about your city or your town. Do you know the difference between town and city? A town is a small city. Okay, so for example, the countryside towns in your state, the small cities, they are called town. What's the population of your town or your city? What's the population of your country? How far is it from your town or from your city to New York City and to London? You can Google to get your answers, okay? Fantastic. Now move on to next exercise 2, listening. What quiz shows are popular in your country? Listen to the introduction to a quiz show called Quiz Night. Answer the questions. Okay, so remember that a quiz show is the kind of show where there are contestants. They need to answer some questions in order to get a prize, okay? So here, let's listen and try to identify the rules of this game. So question number 1, how long do the contestants have to say if the sentences are true or false? So how long, how much time do they have to answer? 2, how much do they win if they get the first answer right? What about the second answer right? And the third answer right? And all 8 questions right? Answers right, I'm sorry. Okay, so you will write the amount of money. 3, if they get an answer wrong, how much do they lose? What can a contestant do if they are not sure of the answer? So, if he doesn't know, what can he do? What are the alternatives? All right, so let's go. Listen to the audio and try to answer.
4.45.
Good evening. Welcome to Quiz Night. Tonight's show comes from New York City, and our first contestant is Colleen from Miami. Hi, Colleen. Are you nervous?
Yes, a little.
Well, just try to relax. The rules are the same as always. I'm going to read you some sentences, and you have 10 seconds to say if the sentence is true or false. If you get the first answer right, you win $500. Then for each correct answer, you double your money. So if you get the second answer right, you win $1,000. And for the third correct answer, you win $2,000. For 8 correct answers, you win $64,000. But if you get an answer wrong, you lose all the money. Remember, you can also call a friend. So if you're not sure about one of the answers, you can call your friend to help you. Is that okay, Colleen?
Yes, okay.
Okay, great. Listen again if necessary. Okay, so checking your answers. The contestants have 10 seconds to answer the question. In 2, letter A, they get $500. In B, they get $1,000. In C, they get $2,000. And in D, they get $64,000. In number 3, they lose all their money. And in 4, they can call a friend. Okay? Okay, so now in letter B, in pairs, look at the sentences from Quiz Night and you're going to write true or false. These are the sentences that Colleen is going to answer if they are true or false. So pause the video and write true or false. You got it? Now let's listen. We are going to listen to a contestant on quiz night, and then you're going to check your answers. Let's see if you got them right.
4.46.
Okay, Colleen. First question for $500. The North Pole is colder than the South Pole. True or false?
The North Pole is colder than the South Pole. False.
Correct! The South Pole is much colder because it's much higher than the North Pole. In the summer, the average temperature at the North Pole is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, but at the South Pole, it's minus 15. Now, for $1,000, carrots are sweeter than tomatoes. True or false?
I think it's true.
Correct! It's true. Carrots are about 5% sugar, but tomatoes, even though they are a fruit and not a vegetable, don't have any sugar at all. Okay, for $2,000, a proton is heavier than an electron.
I think it's true.
Correct. A proton is more than 1,800 times heavier than an electron. Next, for $4,000, the White House is bigger than Buckingham Palace. True or false?
The White House is bigger than Buckingham Palace. False.
Correct! Buckingham Palace has 775 rooms, but the White House has only 132 rooms. Next, for $8,000, oranges are healthier than strawberries. True or false?
True? No, false.
Do you want to call a friend?
No, I think it's false.
Correct! An orange has 70 milligrams of vitamin C, but a cup of strawberries, a normal serving, has 98. Okay, for $16,000, female mosquitoes are more dangerous than male mosquitoes.
True.
Correct. Female mosquitoes are the ones that bite. Male mosquitoes don't bite. Okay, Colleen, for $32,000, in judo, a green belt is better than a blue belt. True or false?
I'm sure that's false. My brother does judo. False.
Correct! The order of belts in the lower stages of judo is white for a beginner, then yellow, orange, green, blue, brown, and black. And finally, the last question. Be very careful, Colleen. If you get it right, you win $64,000. But if you get it wrong, you get nothing. Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
Okay, for $64,000, hepatitis A is worse than hepatitis B. True or false? Quickly, Colleen, your time is almost up.
I want to call a friend.
Okay, Colleen, so who do you want to call?
Kevin.
Is he your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay, then. Hello, Kevin.
Yes?
I'm calling from Quiz Night. Colleen needs some help. You have 30 seconds, Kevin. Here she is.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Colleen.
Listen, Kevin, it's the last question. Hepatitis A is worse than hepatitis B. True or false?
I think it's true. Hepatitis A. Yes, that's the serious one.
Are you sure?
Yes, definitely.
Time's up. Okay, Colleen. True or false?
True.
Final answer?
Final answer. True.
Oh, I'm sorry, Colleen. It's false. Hepatitis B is much more serious. You can die from it. You had $32,000, but now you go home with nothing.
Oh, Kevin! You wait until I see him.
Poor Colin. Okay, so these are the answers, okay? Let's check here. In number 1, it is false. Number 2, it's true. Number 3 is true. Number 4 is false. Number 5 is false. 6 is true. 7 is false. And 8 is false, okay? I hope you got them right. Fantastic. So now you are going to listen again, and then you are going to write down any numbers you hear. Okay, so listen to the answers again and write down any numbers that you hear. Okay, let's check your answers. These are the numbers that you hear and the reason why they are true or false. Okay, very good. Now we are going to move on to grammar. Next page. Comparative adjectives. A. Look at the adjectives in the quiz sentences. In pairs, answer the questions. So here, before everything, let's try to identify the adjectives. So we have here colder, sweeter, heavier, bigger, healthier, dangerous, better, and worse. All these words are adjectives. Now, question number 1. What 2 letters do you put at the end of one-syllable adjectives? For example, cold. 2. Why is big different? 3. What happens when an adjective ends in Y? 4. What word do you put in front of long adjectives as dangerous? 5. What's the comparative form of good and bad? And 6. What's the missing word? China is bigger? Japan. So come with me. Let's check the answers to these questions. So first of all here, colder. The words that we add are ER. Okay, ER. Colder, sweeter. Okay, when the word ends in Y, like heavy, pesado, heavy, we change, we drop Y by IER. Here, when we have in big, for example, we have consonant, vowel, consonant. In this case, we need to add, and next we double the last letter and then add ER. When we have a long adjective as dangerous, we don't use ER. We need to use more dangerous. Good and bad are irregular adjectives. It means we are going to use better and worse, okay, in the comparative form. So these are the answers to these questions, and also the word we use here is correct. Then. China is bigger than Japan. All right. Now go to page 140 so we can practice on the grammar. Let's go. We are going to listen to some examples first. You will repeat each one of them.
4.47. Is your sister older than you?
Buckingham Palace is bigger than the White House.
Female mosquitoes are more dangerous than males.
My new job is better than my old one.
The traffic is always worse in the evening.
Ok, so here, these comparative adjectives, esses adjetivos comparativos nós usamos sempre quando estamos comparando duas coisas, duas pessoas, dois lugares, mas a quantidade é 2, tá? Em frases, nós geralmente, então, vamos usar aqui, então, né, o adjetivo com ER, se for um adjetivo curto, ou vamos usar o more antes do adjetivo e depois vamos usar o than para comparar uma coisa com a outra. Aqui sobre a escrita, o que vai mudar então, né? Os adjetivos curtinhos a gente acrescenta só o ER, tá? Quando nós temos adjetivos curtinhos também que terminam em consoante, vogal, consoante, nós devemos dobrar a última letra e acrescentar ER. Y, quando o Y é precedido por consoante aqui, ó, tá? Nós devemos, então, tirar o Y e acrescentar IER. Adjetivos longos, nós usamos more na frente do adjetivo. More famous than, more expensive than. E aqui pro good, bad e far, de longe aqui, né? Nós devemos usar essas formas por tratar de adjetivos irregulares, tá? Então, good vai ficar better, bad, worse, far, farther ou further, ok? Então, vamos lá, repita aqui comigo. Old, older. Cheap, cheaper. Big, bigger. Hot, hotter. Dry, drier. Healthy, healthier. Famous, more famous. Expensive, more expensive. Good, better. Bad, worse. Far, farther ou further. Tá? Tanto faz. Very well. Vamos lá então. Next page, activity. Write down the comparative form of these adjectives. Pause the video and write. Okay, so here we have the answers. Higher, dirtier, more dangerous, better, thinner, slower, healthier, farther, more comfortable, and worse. Ok? Agora aqui na letter B você vai completar com um adjetivo comparativo e then. Tá? Aqui estão os adjetivos em parênteses. Pause the video and do it. Okay, let's check your answers now. So the farmer's market is cheaper than the supermarket for vegetables. 2. Italian is easier for Spanish students than it is for English students. It rains a lot in the spring. April is wetter than July. 4. This restaurant is busier than when it first opened. 5. Coming the summer, the weather is better in the spring. 6. I love science. I find it more interesting than history. 7. Cusco is further from the ocean than Lima. I'm shorter than my brother. He's very tall. The situation is worse than it was last year. Skiing is more difficult than I thought it was. Okay, so this is the correction. Fantastic. Going back to page 73 now. Pronunciation. Now we are going to practice the pronunciation for this ER we add in the adjective comparative adjectives, okay? So here, listen to the 8 quiz sentences from 2 and see how ER is pronounced at the end of a word. Also, remember to repeat the sentences and copy the rhythm to practice some sentence stress. Let's go.
4.48. 1,
The North Pole is colder than the South Pole.
2,
Carrots are sweeter than tomatoes.
3,
A proton is heavier than an electron.
4,
The White House is bigger than Buckingham Palace.
5,
Oranges are healthier than strawberries.
6,
Female mosquitoes are more dangerous than male mosquitoes.
7,
In judo, a green belt is better than a blue belt.
8,
Hepatitis A is worse than hepatitis B.
Very good. So the correct pronunciation for them is Okay, colder, sweeter, heavier. Very nice. Now, in communication, we are going to practice a little bit more. Okay, so here is starting with page 105. In this activity here, we have a quiz, a model of a quiz, and you're supposed to complete the missing words here with a comparative adjective, and they are here in bold. Please pause the video and do it. Okay, let's check your answers. Brazil is smaller than the US. 2. The Amazon River is longer than the Nile River. 3. Oxford University is older than Cambridge University. 4. The English alphabet is shorter than the Arabic alphabet. 5. K2 is more dangerous to climb than Mountain Everest. 6. A gigabyte is larger than a megabyte. 7. The Sahara Desert is drier than the Atacama Desert. 8. New Zealand is farther south than Australia. Okay? And please pause the video, read the extra information here. Okay, they are saying if they are true or false. So I think it's worth for you to add up as a cultural in a cultural aspect. On page 110, you will have a similar activity. So please pause the video and answer using the adjective, the comparative adjective. Okay, the pyramids in Egypt are older than the Parthenon in Greece. World War I was shorter than the World War II. The mountains on Earth are higher than the mountains on Mars. China is bigger than Canada. Coffee is more popular with women than men in the US. The Mediterranean Sea is warmer than the Red Sea. It's better to do exercise in the morning than in the afternoon. The Earth is hotter than the moon. Okay, very nice. Now, going back, we have a reading activity here now. Read about 3 quiz shows. Do you have the same or similar shows in your country? Do you enjoy them? So let's read it together here. Jeopardy! A quiz show where three contestants answer general knowledge questions about many different subjects. Correct answers must be in the form of a question. The contestants with the most money at the end wins. This is Jeopardy! Now, who wants to be a millionaire? A quiz show where contestants can win a maximum prize of $1 million if they can answer multiple choice questions that become more and more difficult. Contestants can usually get help three ways. They can ask the audience, reduce the four choices to two, or call a friend. Okay, and now, are you smarter than a fifth grader? Fifth grader seria se você é mais esperto do que um aluno de um quintoanista, né? Do que um aluno de quinto ano. A quiz show where contestants answer questions about subjects that fifth grade students learn in school. If contestants need help, they ask actual fifth grade students who were part of the show. When contestants give an incorrect answer or leave the game, they must say, "I'm not smarter than a fifth grader." Okay? It's funny. Okay. Great. So now, do you you will check the words you don't know, and after you do that, you will read about Ken Jennings. And let's answer this question here. Why is he the best quiz contestant in the country? So let's see. Ken Jennings. In 2004, Ken Jennings, a 30-year-old software engineer, won more games than anybody in U.S. quiz show history. He, a 74-game winner on Jeopardy! And won over 2.5 million. But Jeopardy! Not the only quiz show he appeared on. In 2008, Ken competed on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? All the questions except the last one because he wasn't sure. The answer. He didn't win and had to say, "I'm not as smarter than a fifth grader." Ken was never a contestant on Who Wants to Be a Billionaire, but he was an expert, a person with a lot of knowledge. When contestants needed help, Ken. In 2011, Ken Jeopardy again, but this time he competed against past Jeopardy champion Brad Rutter and Watson, an IBM supercomputer. In a two-game match, Watson beat both Ken and Brad. Ken was second and $300,000, which he to a charity. All right. Very well. So now, you are going to read this article once again, and this time you're going to complete with the simple past form, okay, of these verbs. So let's go. Pause the video and do it. Okay, you finished. Let's check your answers here. So number 1, won. Number 2, became. Number 3, was. Number 4, answered. Number 5, knew. Number 6, called. Number 7, played. Number 8, got. And number 9, gave. Okay, very well. After doing this activity, you are going to check all the highlighted words here in these 4 texts, and you're going to guess their meaning. Okay, now, would you like to be a contestant on a quiz show? Which one? Okay, great. So, just remember to focus here on the words contestants, general knowledge, win, prize, audience, compete, champion, and beat. Look up these words because they are very used in this kind of context, okay? That's great. Now we are moving on to the workbook and do some extra exercises in order to practice. Okay, we are on page 60 and also 61. Aqui no primeiro exercício, então, nós vamos escrever a forma comparativa destes adjetivos no círculo correto, de acordo com a sua regra gramatical, ok? Vamos lá. Ok, então, checando as respostas. Perfeito. Na letter B, write sentences using the opposite adjectives. Você vai escrever, então, aqui frases usando os adjetivos opostos, tá? Por exemplo, a bike is slower than a car. Então, a car is faster than a bike, tá? Aqui, ó, trocando, tá? Então, vamos lá. Pause o vídeo, responda. Ok, agora, então, checando as respostas. Próximo exercício, nós temos aqui vocabulary, high numbers. Listen and circle the correct numbers. Você vai ouvir, então, um dos dois números aqui e vai circular.
File 9C. Vocabulary. A. 1,
104,
2, 596, 3,
2,660,
4, 8,905, 5,
12,750,
6, 543,830, 7,
1,315,000,
8, 35,460,000.
Ok, então vamos lá. Checando então as respostas. Ok, agora você vai ouvir como se falam esses números aqui. Você deve escrevê-los aqui em sua forma por extenso.
File 9C. Vocabulary. B. 1,
125,
2,
895,
3,
4,500,
4,
12,470,
5,
33,930,
6,
575,600,
7,
6,250,000,
8,
34,800,265.
Ok. Então aqui nós temos as respostas para você checar. Pronunciation. Você vai então agora escrever as palavras de acordo com os sons, tá? Vamos lá então. Ok, vamos checar suas respostas aqui então. Ok. Agora nós vamos aqui para o próximo. Listen and underline the stressed word. Você vai ouvir cada uma dessas frases e você deve sublinhar as palavras que foram ressaltadas, tá? Que foram enfatizadas.
File 9C. Pronunciation. C. 1,
A pencil is cheaper than a pen.
2,
China is bigger than Japan.
3,
The kitchen is dirtier than the living room.
4,
An apple is healthier than a cookie.
5,
Canada is colder than Mexico.
6,
Everest is higher than Kilimanjaro.
Ok. Então aqui nós temos as respostas para você checar. Lembrando que nós estressamos sempre, né? Ou enfatizamos sempre as palavras que carregam a informação, tá? Agora aqui você vai fazer uma atividade de leitura. Você deve ler então esse texto aqui, Modern Myths, que são os mitos modernos, e escrever verdadeiro ou falso. E logo após, você vai olhar aqui também essas palavras que estão em destaque e vai checar o significado delas. Ok, vamos lá então, checando suas respostas. Ok. E agora o listening. Listen to a conversation between a couple. Você vai ouvir então a conversa de um casal, tá? Falando sobre duas cidades de mesmo nome. Você deve escrever verdadeiro ou falso.
File 9C. Listening.
Rachel, did you know that there are 2 cities called Birmingham?
Really? I know the one in the state of Alabama in the U.S., but where's the other one?
It's in the UK.
Okay. Are the cities very small?
Not really. One big difference is the population. There are only 243,000 people living in Birmingham in the US, whereas there are over 1 million in Birmingham in the UK.
So, Birmingham in the UK is bigger then?
Well, no. The area of Birmingham in the UK is 63 square miles, while Birmingham in the US covers 93.8 square miles.
Oh, that's big.
Yes, but there aren't as many people. Birmingham in the UK isn't very green.
And the American Birmingham is really green.
Yes, and there's also a big difference in age. Birmingham in the UK was already a small village as early as the 7th century, while Birmingham in the US didn't exist until 1871.
Okay. What about the weather? It's always raining over here, so the weather is probably better in Birmingham in the UK.
You're right. There are 26 inches of rain in Birmingham in the UK. There is twice as much in Birmingham in the US, 53 inches.
Interesting.
Yes, but it's colder over there. The average temperature in Birmingham in the US is 73 degrees Fahrenheit, whereas in Birmingham in the UK, it's 55 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 10 degrees colder.
So, why are you telling me all this anyway?
I'm reading an article in the newspaper. It's about a mistake that they made in Birmingham. That's Birmingham in the UK, not ours.
What happened?
They made an advertisement for Birmingham in the UK, but they used the wrong photo. They put a photo of Birmingham in the US on the advertisement instead of Birmingham in the UK.
No! How funny!
Yes, I thought so too.
Great! Ok, ouça novamente se necessário. Aqui estão então as respostas. Ok, então, só para finalizar, useful words são essas palavrinhas que a gente aprendeu nessa unidade. É muito importante que você fixe elas, tá? Contestants, population, price, approximately, win a competition. Ok? Ótimo, muito obrigada e nos vemos na próxima aula. Bye, bye!